Greetings and long time no speak, y'all. Hope everybody's doing good. Everybody's well. Okay, just cleansing the energy before we get all up in this thing, y'all, because we about to do it. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna wait until the chat gets a little active, and I am going to check, make sure my sound is okay before we get started. Let me see. Just checking my sound. Yay. Okay, I can hear myself. So I'm gonna tap in to some energies. We are gonna be discussing love connections, right? So I want to get into like the introduction of what led me to this, and we're gonna do a reading. The reading will be tapping into specific energies, but it's open to any type of connection. And I'm going to do it by element. I'm going to do something with a little bit of a twist as well with the elements. So if you are inquiring or dealing with a particular element or sign, like for instance, we're going to do water, earth, fire, air, and then I'm going to add ether. The ether group is for those of you that don't have a person in mind, or you're not dealing with anyone specifically, but you know that you have a person, or you know there's someone out there for you, but you just haven't met. This is something that is in the ethers rather than in the physical yet, perhaps, right? Or you feel a deep connection to your person in the ether you have not met. You don't know who they are, right? So that the ether pile will be for the group of you. And even if you're asking about a specific person in one of the elements, you might still be drawn to the ether pile. Okay. So I'm going to do the reading in a little bit, but I do want to touch on the subject matter so you kind of get a feel of what we're talking about, where I'm coming from with this. So I've been sitting on this message for a little bit. I think it was like, it might have been like a week ago. I want to say a week ago, maybe. I know it was definitely at 3 o'clock in the morning because I remember looking at my clock. I remember looking at my clock and it was exactly 3 a.m. And I sat between like the two worlds. You know how you're like in between, like you're awake but you're about to go to sleep and you're just in that space. Usually I talk about this all the time. Like usually that's where I get like a lot of downloads and messages, like when I'm in that state, whether it's I'm just waking up, but I'm not fully up yet, same thing, or I'm about to fall asleep, but I'm not quite asleep yet. So the word that I heard, or the phrase I heard, was a council of two souls. And I knew it was something, so I just quickly wrote it down in my notes, and I left that note alone because I want to always go back to it and see the timestamp that I wrote that note. So this is something that I feel like it's not just like something cute and just, trendy type thing. It felt like a cosmic type of contract type vibe. Like, I hope I'm going to explain this right, but tonight, what I want to do is just uh, listen to maybe what our divine, how I, not maybe, I want to tap in and listen to what our divine high council, our divine beings, our ancestors, our divine guides, the Holy Spirit, Source God, our highest selves want to say about partnership energies, whether we're in current partnerships, whether these are going to be lifelong partnerships, divine contract partnerships, or they're just connections that are just important to us at the time. Nonetheless, they're still significant. And what the next steps that we actually need in regards to these connections on a deeper level. So on a different level, what that whole terminology could mean, the first thing, spiritual union, right? So this is where two souls come together, not just in a romantic sense, but in agreement, alignment, or some sort of purpose, almost like a soul contract, right? And then there's the higher self dialogue to this, where it could be yourself and another person's higher self meeting in quote unquote the council, right? Beyond the physical, in order to work something out, resolve some karma, or plan the next steps of your paths, your journeys as they meet, right? Next, we have the sacred partnership energy, which is our sacred partnership work, where it's a reminder that a real partnership just isn't about love and attraction. And I had this conversation with one of my sisters. I had some good conversations with my sisters lately, um, for the past couple of days, because the energy has been very intense. And I want to do like an energy update, maybe like after the eclipse and everything. We'll talk about that some other time. But one of the conversations I had with my good sis today was we were talking about the difference between like a real partnership, because we're so conditioned to only focus on the romantic elements of a relationship. As long as it feels good to me, as long as I'm happy, as long as we're attracted to each other, as long as we doing the thing, we doing this, and anytime the real element where we may not always like where we're at in the union, we may not like where we're at within ourselves within a union, or like certain things about the person, or there's friction, there's things that you do have to work through and work out within a partnership, in any type of connection, not just one with a romantic partner. And we were talking about how with friendship, how we notice that even in friendships, because like when you get into relationships with somebody, and usually when they move very quickly, it's all passionate, and it's like that honeymoon phase, as they call it, or even if you're being love bombed, it's a relationship that forms too quickly, and those are the ones that usually crash and burn. So I made that comparison. I'm like, if you notice all of the friendships that you ever had, and I said I'll speak for myself, where any relationship or friendship that I've ever had that moved quickly, like we hit it off right off the bat, and we're just consumed with each other's energy, we're always hanging out, we're always on the phone, you know don't have time for anything else. Those are the connections that usually crash and burn, because they're not built upon true intimacy or liking or understanding or learning a person. They're just like quick fast, right? So with a union, it does take its time. It's not just about the attraction and the romance, right? It's deeper than that. So with these sacred partnership works, um, it is a continual continual dialogue between two souls, where you're being advised, or you even advise each other. Like, this is one thing I notice about people that are with divine counterparts, is that they do feel a sense of like your partner is there. They back you when you're about to fall. They got you. They call you out in the best way, in the loving way. They root for you. They fill in the blanks for you, and vice versa. So you balance each other out, and you kind of guide each other towards growth, right? And sometimes, like, not even lifelong partnerships, but just like divinely contracted unions or soul tribe unions, same thing. It's like we're here to guide each other towards better growth. And sometimes it's not always comfortable, you know? And then the last aspect of this could be like a portal energy, where it might also be something that you're building. Um, it's like a building within the spirit realm. So for those of you that have not met your person, you have not encountered anyone romantically, you don't have any romantic interest, but you know that you have a person, or you feel, or you're seeking a person, that ether, that etheric, that divine spiritual realm connection, you guys may be building in a building phase, right? Together, building on your spiritual bond. And you can do this even when you know your person. Like, if y'all really have a true divine connection with yourself in spirit, and you encounter another person that is, you're encountering like some sort of sacred exchange with somebody, romantically, or you feel a call, you feel a pull towards them, you're also able to build that rapport in the spirit realm as well. And it could happen through a number of ways, um, through dreams and visions, downloads that you get. um it might even be like inspirational healing that happens and takes place, releasing, like, this connection will trigger you to grow and to heal in many different ways. So we're not going to go too deep into that. Um so during that energy that I was in, like, I can't really tell you like what's like where like where it exactly came from and what led to it. It was like I was in that state, like I said, and I was relaxed. I was just open. Um, I feel like I was tapping into a divine energy, divine essence or connection in that moment, um, where I was in that physical plane state, like I said, and subtle, like kind of still being in the astral or about to go into the astral room, and it's like in my sleep state, which is not really sleep. You're actually awake when your body's at rest, but your soul is like it's doing its own thing. So, um, I feel like just also too that 3 a.m. thing, that's the bridge between the spirit realm. It's the that bridge between spiritual communication. And that's like I said, that's usually where I get a lot of my prophetic downloads is in those states, if not in my dreams or if just being in any type of relaxed state, or if I'm going through like a spiritual battle or warfare, when I fight through it, then all the clarity starts to come in. And it's like when you go through the process of working through your chakras, the lower chakras and up, it's like a battle. It's like you're working through, like you're climbing a mountain. It's the best way I can describe it. Or you're hiking up a mountain and you have to have endurance to keep going. The higher you get, the more intense. I dropped my microphone. The higher you get on the mountain, the more intense it is, right? So same thing when you're um going through those energies or those motions within yourself. And I'm going to talk about this on Fridays, Ghetto Fairy Friday. I'm going to talk about this whole thing. I'm going to break it down. But once you get to the top of the mountain, that's where your God mind or sight is like clicked in, because you work through your lower nature, your ego, your fears, your insecurity, all that shit, grief, all of those things holding you. And then you're able to see from a God mind, a clear mind. So my nervous system probably was like real on chill, you know. But yeah, so we're gonna tap in, and I want to make this very clear when we tap into the reading and things like that. Anytime an energy involves another person's essence or soul, I want to operate from a place of consent and boundaries. Okay, so spiritual insights, they're not permission to manipulate or force anything or any outcomes. Okay, so I'm using what I receive to guide in a sense of healthy action, okay, and also spiritual protection of all of us as we go into this energy, right? We're not tapping in from our ego and speculating and all of that. We're not doing that, okay. Um, but yeah, so the Council of Two Souls. The word counsel, I wanted to look that up. I like to look up the definition of words, and also the root of the word, just kind of get a feel of the energy of what's being said on a deeper level, if that makes sense. So the word counsel comes from the word kausalim, or hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. It's a meeting, an assembly, or a calling together. So with love, like I said, it just isn't romantic. It's not just two bodies coming together or two people hearts racing in attraction. It's a root. Love is a summoning, okay? A summoning of, it's a frequency or an energy that is very vast and very infinite. You can't put it in a box, right? So two souls that are being called into a council, whether it's consultation, collaboration, or some sort of co-creation. So love being a meeting place in essence, on a spiritual, on a soul level, on an essence, energetic level, a place where wisdom is shared in your experiences, where two perspectives are honored, where something bigger than each individual can be decided upon. And that's in any type of love situation, friendship, love, a family relationship dynamic between two strangers that meet, lovers that are building a connection, same thing. The word or the number two. The number two is not a half, it's one of one. If you look up the definition of two, I believe it does say that it's one of one, right? So yeah, it's two individuals, but when you come together, essentially it is a one, if that makes sense. Two individuals, that's an important thing. Like you have to have individuality in your relationships. You have to have self-love, and there's levels to it, aspects of it. Self-love is really a journey for sure, just like love is a journey. We don't have it all figured out. So the one of one within the two is wholeness, meaning and wholeness. You're whole within yourselves. That's why I don't subscribe to the twin flame dynamic from the perspective of you being a split soul. You come from this one being, this one soul, and you're split, and you're finding your way back in like your two physical bodies, but you come back into one soul. I don't agree with the split aspect. I get it to an extent where two individuals that are already whole and they come into union as one. They're one together, but you're still an individual. I don't, it's almost like the way that I registered is almost like implying that you're lacking, you're empty, you're without in some kind of way without this one person. And mind you, yes, I do believe that in unions and just community in general, community and tribe is very important. Community and tribe, we build and lift each other up when we need it. We counsel with one another, we heal one another, we support one another, but you're still your own individual where you contribute something to the world, you contribute something to that community. You are full and whole within yourself. You're not lacking in a sense of you're lesser than, but the understand that we are a nucleus, we all need each other. So I don't subscribe to that whole split thing. That does not resonate with me. Just me personally, I don't resonate with that. Um, so within a divine partnership, the power is it's not in losing yourself in another person, right? Essentially, but it's about bringing your full self to the table. Like, what do you bring to the table? I bring me. I love that show. I bring me. Like, you're not coming again like with this energy of lack. I'm not enough, and I feel like sometimes that happens, especially with women. We're taught that we need a man or we need a partner to validate our existence or to be something. And that is something I know all too well. Like, I've definitely struggled with that dogma in a sense of like worthiness and value and um but you are worthy all by yourself, you know? So when both of you are whole, that council energy has balance. You can't walk into a council room thinking that you're lesser than and you don't have anything to contribute. When you come in with that type of mindset, you play small, you hide, you shrink. But when you're in the council of other people that know their power, they honor their truth and their words and what they contribute to that meeting. um if you get to hear everyone's side of everything, you get to like everyone comes together and counsels and listens and hear each other out. There might be some disagreements, there might be some pushback, there may be some rebuttals, things like that, but that's how you build and form relation and connection or understanding too. So coming into a relationship thinking that you're not enough, or you watering down your, your truth of who you are, what you bring to the table, what you're about, what you desire, what you believe, what you want, who you are, where you come from, where you've been, where you want to go, all that, you hiding all of that. You're not contributing to the connection. There's no balance. And then the word soul, I heard soul L or soul L. So SO and then EL. That's what I heard when I looked up the word soul. So I broke that phrase down in a way. So like so represents or means in this way, to that extent, or um consequently, right? That's what so means. And then El means God, the mighty one, or the Elohim. So the soul is it's God in essence. It's that divine spark that's called into physical form or any type of form, right? So the evidence of source is expressing itself uniquely through you, through your person, through the connection. That makes sense. It's a divine energy, God energy, source energy in it. So when two souls after, or as they're entering, as they're entering the council, again, it's not just the romance. It's two it's like can't even speak. Two energies of God coming together, two sparks of divinity meeting by that divinity. Does that make sense? Hopefully I'm making sense. So we can just like, I don't know, just in a common sense way, I guess, or practical way, so it's not like too much. Love does summon, but what does it mean when love isn't just random? It's something that is a divine calling. Like every person that you'll ever meet, there's some sort of meaning in that meeting. We sometimes like over analyze it or try to place it in a box, but I always ask, and I always encourage, because I do this too, like what is the purpose or the significance of this person in my life? And it may not be upon immediate meeting, but sometimes it's like when you get to a certain point of maybe where you're confused, where you're stumbling, you're not sure what you're experiencing, what's going on, um that you'll get to that place where you might want to know, like, okay, what's the significance of it? And it's best to always go within and discern rather than jump into conclusions about what you think it is or how you feel it is, but like to actually dissect that or seek and open your mind or open yourself to receive divine counsel. You need that when you get in your divine union. I guarantee you this 100%. And any person that is in a relationship where they are conscious of their actions, where they move with in divine intention and love in their union, they do consult source God. They go within themselves, they check themselves. You have to be egoless in a sense, not saying that you will never stumble and fall into your ego and play into your fleshly energy and your ways and your trauma, but you check yourself before you wreck yourself. And I feel like with divine unions, again, you got to have that type of connection and relationship. And it's important to counsel and connect with people that you love and feel in. And sometimes it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to call things to the forefront that you feel uncomfortable about. It's never a good thing. Those fights, those arguments that you have, where all of your emotions come up, all the things that you felt, but y'all just kept it quiet. Y'all never spoke on it, but at that right moment, y'all fighting over a toothbrush or some shit, and then all of a sudden, like how you really feel comes out. You don't want to get to that point, but sometimes like that does clear the air. But it's best to address shit right away, and even if it's uncomfortable, that's how you build intimacy as well. You build trust, you clarify things. So the wholeness of two, how does the power dynamic shift when two people stop seeing themselves as halves but see themselves as complete within themselves? You know, what does that look like when two whole beings meet in balance? What does that look like? Instead of I'm better than you're beneath me because you're a woman, or you're above me because you're a man, or whatever, vice versa. It could be that, or that dynamic of you're just supposed to sit pretty and not be heard, or you're just supposed to provide and take care of me, and that's it. I don't care about anything else you got going on. Like those imbalances and unions, right, need to be addressed. If each soul, aka soul, is a consequence of God or consensuance of God, how should we treat the relationship? Where does reverence belong in a union? Like, and I'm not like, it's not a trivial thing. It's just, just an open thought, maybe something to sit with. Like, what does reverence belong in a relationship, or how can it apply to a relationship? That God source energy in your union. So what would happen if we start opening ourselves up to or approaching dating or love not as a hunt for chemistry and attraction, but as a waiting for the right counsel meeting of the right soul? Someone who can match your energy, someone that can complement your energy, sometimes even challenge it in a good way, and vice versa. Because again, that's where the growth comes in. All right, so I'm gonna do the read now. Um, like I said, if you guys are just catching it, I'm gonna do it by element and then ether. So if you're dealing with water signs, we're gonna tap into water signs first. We're gonna tap into earth signs second. If you're dealing with fire signs, we're gonna tap into that third. Fourth, if you're dealing with air signs. And then lastly, ether, if you don't know who your person is at all, but you know you have a person. You may even experience encounters in your dreams or spiritually, where you feel like you're seeing signs, you feel like they're near, they're close, or you might be wondering if you are really in contact with your true person, right? So we're going to tap into that. This doesn't have to just be about divine counterparts for the elements aspect of it. It's open for any type of connections and timelines whenever you stumble upon this message, this reading. Okay. So let me get the timestamps. Hold on. All right. So I'm gonna have you choose your elements. Okay. And like I said, we're gonna do water first. So if you're dealing with a Pisces, uh, a Cancer, Scorpio person, this might be for you. And maybe if you're into the, hey sis, how are you? If you're into any of the like, you know, natal charts and zodiacs and stuff, you kind of get the gist um of what that, you know, other elements to pay attention to. Okay. All right. So for water signs, if you are dealing with or inquiring about a water sign person, let's tap in. Let's get it. Okay, I'm gonna use this deck, I think. Um, okay. This person is definitely, before I even, let me pray before I start. Holy Spirit, I call forth the high council of two souls, the higher selves of those who are meant to receive this message, including myself. I sit in clarity and honesty and in love. May this reading reveal why they are called towards or together and what is required within these connections, these unions. We cast down any vain imaginations, any high thing that tries to exalt itself against what is true and what is knowledgeable, the divine order and path of those who are meant to receive this message in any space and timeline. We cast down any false prophecies, false guidances, any false contracts. We bring everything to light that needs to be brought to light, and we shed and cleanse and clear what needs to and cut cords. Amen. Ashe. So it is. Yeah, this energy, water sign individuals, this connection is meant to cleanse, definitely meant to cleanse. And I feel like for you, if you are also a water sign and this person is a water sign, you both may feel at home with each other, you feel safest in each other. And I feel like there's a fear that comes over you in this person, because it's like that security, that safety that you feel and they feel is very foreign to feel home within another person, or to feel that vulnerability arise. So sometimes you guys give each other mixed signals. You confuse each other. You might be prone to ghosting one another, pushing the other person away, and then being like, hey, what happened? Why aren't we talking? Why are, you know, but it's like you guys mirror each other in that sense. Um, you know what it feels like to get too deep into connections, and when you do feel very deeply, it's like, well, who's going to catch me? Even though you feel safe in this person's energies, they have a clearing ability. So you may find that this person makes you very emotional. You may cry when you think about this person, or cry or feel very emotionally attached. This person may, you may also invoke emotional energy in this person as well. This person may cry. Again, you guys are very sensitive, especially if you're both water signs. But if you're asking about a water sign, I can definitely see um this energy. So somebody could be 5'2". Okay. Gifts, ghost, baggage. Yeah. your energy and this person's energy together, you guys are here to bless each other. You do have things to offer as individuals and as people, but in this connection, definitely the gift I feel like is for you to trust yourselves, to have confidence in your feelings, in your truth, in your expression. um this person's energy may, you might dream of each other a lot, you might feel their presence with you, or you feel presence, you might be someone that's um very sensitive to spirits and energies. Okay. um and again, it's almost like these two are about to exchange luggage. So this connection sometimes feels transactional, or it's like maybe you both operate from a place of transaction in order to trust someone. It's like, well, what can you do for me? And that comes from a place of your wounding. Okay. Before I pull the tarot, let's see, like, who is this person? Who is this person? If they are a male or masculine energy, let's tap in. If they are a male or masculine energy, who is this person? The priest. Nice. Military officer. The travel blogger. Interesting. Okay. So this person could also be spiritual. Okay. I like this. It says spiritual and unobtainable, married to his faith with no room for others. To an extent, that's not a good thing, right? This person, again, like I said, I get like one of you or whoever is this masculine energy or male energy, there is a arm's length type of vibe to this. Like I could feel, I'm very in tune, I'm very open hearted and centered, but blocked, right? So this person is very dedicated to their spirituality, but in a sense, or they might be religious as well. They use some sort of excuse, to block love. They could be very strict. Okay. This person could be celibate, or, that could be their stance right now, celibate or abstaining from sex right now. The military officer, disciplined and protective. He'll make your heart stand at attention. So, yeah, they make you feel something. But it's like this energy of don't get too close. There's too many rules with this person. One of you could be a life path number 2, a 3, or 4. And then the travel blogger, this person may like to travel a lot. That could be a dead giveaway of who this person is. The travel blogger, always on the move, full of surprises. His next stop, who knows, but it's not here. So, and that's another thing too. They're a runner. They run. If this is a feminine energy, and this could be your energy, a lot of feminine energy, and a lot of feminine energy trying to come out. The mermaid, beautiful. Yeah, see, some of y'all could be water, Pisces maybe specifically. You're very deep, very beautiful. People, you have no problem attracting people. Your energy might hold a lot of depth if you're a feminine, or if you're asking about a feminine. The shadow, okay, there is an energy again of like this protection, trying to hide, not be too seen. You have the wounded, yeah, that makes sense. The balancer, the lover, that makes sense as well. The angel, yeah, this is a very sweet feminine energy, but very powerful. The witch, okay, they're into spiritual work, spiritual practices with the 3 3 or the 33. That could be a number. They're ascended, they're about that life, they're truly about their spiritual work. It's not just on trend, it's not just gravitating towards something that they're not called to. Like, no, they're about that life. The seeker, okay, and the butterfly. This person could be in transition. This person may not always know how abundant they are, how beautiful they are, how valued or loved that they are sometimes as a feminine energy. All right, that is way too many motherfucking cards, so we're gonna put these back. Let's get into the tarot. My table is about to get a little messy. Okay, it's gonna get a little messy in a good way. Okay, so what is the energy that you bring to this connection? What energy are you bringing to this connection right now? What's the viewer that's dealing with the water sign? The chariot. There's an energy of forward movement or desiring to assist the other person, perhaps with their journey, their path. Um, It's almost like you're helping this person get prepared for some part of their journey. Notice that the horse kind of at the bottom of him looks like a seahorse or like a mermaid horse almost, and he's green. That's the heart chakra. You guys both share a passion of being a giver, or maybe even, it's the word I'm looking for, like someone that's very generous, very charitable, humanitarian vibes. And the chariot is Cancer, so again, water energy. Okay. So you have a gift and a niche, whatever, to support others on their journeys, like kind of prepare them, like open their hearts, something with healing in the heart chakra. Okay. This is where like your heart comes in at. You're someone that assists and helps and uplifts, prepares, supports. Okay. So let's see, what is this person's soul? What does this water sign soul bring to the table? Like, what is it that they bring? The Nine of Wands. Challenge, but challenge to rise to the occasion, maybe to rise to break some sort of pattern. I'm getting rise, yeah, rise to the occasion. Face and confront your fears. At the bottom of this oracle deck, the volcano came out. So this could be a water sign, fire sign dynamic too, as well, where one of you is the water and one of you is the fire. This person could have a bit of a temper, but they're also very passionate. They come across as someone that's very motivating. So this person can motivate from a place of like passion, sometimes maybe even aggression. Not like they would be handsy on people doing stuff like that, but just like almost like a coach. Um, that pushes you past your limits, like you gotta keep going. This person applies themselves in that way. Like if this person disciplines themselves with that military officer card, if they tell themselves like they have to accomplish a thing or do something, they'll push themselves. There's no excuses. It's like you don't have time to be quiet, you don't have time to go to sleep, you don't have time to slack off. Okay. So I feel like the energy that they show is, I feel like the type of person that rises to the occasion and faces and confronts their fears. Let's see. What is the purpose of your meeting? Like, what is your soul's here? Like, what's the purpose? What's the higher reason for you and this person's connection? The Five of Cups. Yeah, it's something about healing the heart. Someone might be very critical of their body or something about themselves, that they carry this heavy burden or weight. Um, this energy is about healing and to love, but not from a place of where you lose yourself or where the other person is just like, I need you, but I'm not going to do the work. I don't feel that either of you operate that way. You guys are, I feel like you don't want to be pitied. You're not someone that, and that's part of the reason why you might run sometimes from your emotions or run from people, because you don't want to look like a victim. You don't want to be pitied. Rather than just understanding that we all go through things. And if someone is there to hold space and they have the capacity to hold space, let them, right? Um, one of you definitely is that safe space in a way of like, because both of you play very hard and very stern and very no nonsense, but one of you was very strict in that. And I feel like it's whoever the masculine energy is in the situation. Um, one of you is a lighthouse for each other, but I feel like this energy can shift. Like it can be one person facilitates that safe space, and then the other person becomes that safe space for the other as well. So it's almost like you guys switch energy, switch places, switch roles. um this is an energy that is meant to cleanse and transmute pain. The five of cups. Five could also be a very significant number in your connection. Let's see. What else? Seven of Swords. Any type of like inner deceptions or lies, this needs to be released. Okay. It could be a fear of being hurt. Okay. Um, might be a tendency to, even if you don't mean to, or this person doesn't mean to, but like hurt someone before they hurt them, like whether that's through ghosting, whether that's through trying to sabotage the connection in some type of way in order to protect or say something, or trying to test and see like how much am I valued here, how much does this person really love me, and again, words. The Knight of Swords, um this looks like an ice queen or something coming out of the waves, out of the water. So it's very interesting that this ice queen is in the water, in the waves, right? So I feel whoever operates in this could be the feminine energy for sure, that operates kind of like with this sharpness, this sharp tongue, or I got to be on top of things. I can't really ride the wave of my emotions too much. That would make me look stupid. With the Hermit card, yeah, it's this energy of holding back. Like, I feel the masculine energy is very self-aware. They know themselves, they know like their limits, they know their blockages. Like, they're not stupid, they're very in tune with themselves, they're very wise in that way. They might be also a person that hides. Why is this card flipped up this way? Justice, discipline, and harmony, that could be their energy. um Something could go down in Libra season. I think we're in Libra season right now as I'm recording this, so it's time sensitive. Um, this person might even hold back on some of their knowledge or their wisdom because they feel like they're too much, or that people will judge them, look at them crazy. Yeah, he wanted to come out. Yeah, see, putting others first. I feel like that's the gift that you or your person has, is that you're a safe space. And I feel like this person's inner child wound, sometimes if you're not careful, you can take on too much, instead of like, this person does have to work through some of their shit solo, right? And you have devotion, spiritual practices, intuitive history. You and your person are devoted to your spiritual works, your spiritual path. It might be a little bit different, it might look different from your person to their energy. Okay, let's see. Ambitious one. Okay, let's see. Masculine energy and marriage. This and meeting. You guys might be meant to get married, and you got the courthouse at the bottom of the deck. This person could be the one that you end up marrying. This could be the person that you end up marrying. And if it's not them, um, Spirit doesn't want you to give up on your love journey. Keep going, because you are going to be married. You're going to meet your one. If that's what you desire, um I definitely feel like you and this person did not meet by mistake, and I don't get that all the time. Change your mind. Yeah, some of you guys need to work on your mindset. Spirit's advising you to work on that, okay? Because this is blocking you. If you wait until the last minute, it only takes a minute. Faced with a choice, do both things. So you might be thinking, I have to compromise something, or I have to shift or do something different. And no, that's not true. It's not the case. Again, this is choosing wholeness and fullness in yourself is going to align you with the right person every time. As long as you're mincing yourself, splitting yourself in two, and trying to like make somebody else feel comfortable by you not being your authentic self, you're never going to really actually be with the right person that's for you. You know what I mean? By doing that one thing. So yeah, that was the water sign piles. Those of you that are dealing with water signs, that was your reading. Okay, if you like this reading, go ahead, like this video, share it with someone you feel like it may resonate with. How did my deck get like that? Okay. And I am available for personal readings if you guys are interested. You guys want to go more in depth in your love situations, you guys can always check out my website. If you have any questions, don't be shy. Feel free to reach out and I'll be more than happy to help you. Okay. All right. Earth. Okay. Let's see. Timestamp 45. Is it 45 or 46? Okay. 45:25. Okay. All right, for those of you dealing with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energies, this may be for you. All right, so we're going to tap in to the reading for you guys. All right. So I'm just going to ask, let's see, like, what's the energies? Someone is blocking their path in love. Some kind of way, someone's blocking this. Or it's like something's blocked. Like it could be the sight, the vision of truth, something is not fully seen or understood. Yeah. I'm also hearing too many connections. Someone could be involved in too many connections, or it's not you, it could be the other person. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, those that's dealing with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energies. I hear too hot to lose. I don't know what that means or what that might mean. Too hot to lose. You and this person, for some of you, like the energy or the connects, whatever the connection is, there's unfinished business in this connection. Dragon, Doomsday, California. Hey, I was just in San Francisco. That's funny. Interesting. You have duct tape. Something might need to be repaired here. There's a powerful energy here, like a voice or powerful, um, like, yeah. Some of you guys could be intuitive, or your person is intuitive, like they can predict things before they happen. But this also can represent like immense fears. California, I feel like it's self-explanatory. That will mean something whether you live there, your person lives there, or there's something with that. Maybe San Francisco specifically. Let's see. Someone could be born in a dragon year, Chinese dragon zodiac. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I feel like whoever the masculine energy is, fears that something's almost too late. They feel like they have to cross the bridge. They're afraid to cross this bridge. They're afraid of like their emotions, what could happen, but it's just a fear. For some reason, I'm getting like Godzilla from this dragon. Okay. Some sort of mythical boogeyman fear, dealing with the water, which emotions, and having to cross this bridge, having to cross. Yep. Just kind of fearing the worst. So if you're dealing with a earth sign masculine energy, let's see what their vibe is. What's their energy? Or whoever's a masculine here. Whoever's a masculine here, what's up with their energy? Who are they? Spirit. Yeah, something might need repair. Okay, the inventor, the lawyer, her, the gardener, the photographer. Okay, these might not be literal titles. They're just personalities as well. Okay, You guys might be seeing a lot of sequences of 2s, 8s, 9s. Okay. So you have the inventor, brilliant and eccentric. He's got solutions for everything except where he left his keys. Okay. It's like, again, somebody's missing something. They're not seeing everything. So it could be the masculine energy of the situation, like what I was channeling in the beginning. There's some sort of block, not getting all the full details about something, not seeing it all. Then you have the lawyer, persuasive and sharp. He'll argue his way into your heart and out of taking out the trash. This energy does give like earth sign man, but I'm getting like Taurus masculine energy very strongly. Not saying that it can't be a Virgo or it can't be a Capricorn. Some of this could be that lawyer energy, definitely giving Capricorn. Gardener, nurturing and patient. He'll grow beautiful flowers. Just don't rush him. Taurus motherfucker right here. It's a Taurus man. That's a Taurus man all day, child. They could love nature and plants and things like that. But what stood out to me is that they'll grow something beautiful with the person, but you just can't rush them. And again, there's like fears that this person has to overcome. But spirit is like telling whoever this masculine energy is, like, we ain't got all day. Like, you playing around. And it might be something that feels very intense, like, oh shit, I'm about to miss out, or I could potentially miss out. And that might be what gets them to cross this bridge. Facing a fear. So the photographer, it says observant and always ready. He'll capture everything except the moment you actually want. See, it's like something that's like a hit or miss type of vibe. Um, Definitely dealing with an earth sign. And I feel like Taurus man energy, like I feel that strong for some of y'all. Y'all dealing with a Taurus motherfucking man. Um, yeah, it's like this person, there's a limitation to their energy. They're blocked. This person has a beautiful vision for love and romance. Like, it's almost like they like the idea of it, but they're actually scared of the real thing. If you're dealing with an earth sign, feminine energy, let's tap in. Or this could just be whoever the feminine is of this pile. So the water sign pile had hella feminine energies, and this is trying to do the same thing. Spirit, what's up? Okay, game changer. She looks like Megan Good. Could be a Leo feminine energy here too. Okay. This is somebody that does not play games, and this is someone that this feminine is not what the masculine energy is used to. They don't play those same amount of games. As it's like they shift things for this person. I feel like it's meant to be, it's designed to be that way. Fortune teller. They could read cards, tarot, feminine energy, be a prophetess, the hopeful. What else? The mermaid. Okay. Um, there is an allure, a seductive energy, nature to this person as well. Um, they could come off as like a hopeful romantic, very, um, yeah, like romantic energy, dreamy energy. There could be some Pisces vibes here as well. Um, but there's a lot of depth. They're not shallow. I feel like people might just see the beauty, but don't see the depth sometimes of this person. All right, so that's what I'm getting as far as the feminine and masculine energies. Who is who? What's up? What's going on with their energy? Who are they? Now let's get into the actual reading. Okay, so for the viewer that's dealing with the earth sign person, what is it that you bring specifically to this connection? Okay, what do you bring to this connection energy? Six of Swords. I feel like what you bring to this connection is this has something to do with leaving the old behind. I feel like um helping somebody navigate what they fear, because this mermaid is, it looks like they're on ice, this mermaid and this seal, or this merman, and he looks a little nervous trying to navigate through this, because it's almost like, what if the floor cracks? What if the ice cracks while we're up here? You know, it's scary. Um, but one of you is like this guide. You know how some people say, like, you're my animal totem, or so and so is my animal totem? You could represent some of these energies, like the dragon, the seal, um, especially, I'm telling you, especially if you are dealing with an earth sign, man. But some of you guys, or a Taurus man specifically, I'm getting, but it doesn't have to be a man. It's like someone here that has a lot of fears navigating, like there's always this fear of something, which is why I feel like earth strongly, like that foundation, that grounded practical foundation, if that cracks, or I fear it cracking, I can't trust something, you know. But it's like irrational, like it would have to be something really catastrophic to have the bridge break, if just the bridge just to fall, like it would have to be something very catastrophic. And obviously, like, you have to be careful, um you know, skiing on ice and stuff like that. Of course there's shallow ends, but you got to be careful when you do that, right? So yeah, it's not saying like this person should just throw away caution to the wind, but it's like you got to have a little bit more faith and trust in things, and not always look for the doom in situations. And I can attest to that. Because sometimes, like, I'll be like afraid of certain things. It's like, it's safe, okay, it's okay. So there's somebody that's helping, like, I feel like you, the viewer, most likely is the one that's helping to help this person navigate through their fears, their irrational fears. It's like you pull them out of this, even if you're not trying intentionally. It's like your energy is this way. Let's see what, you know, their seat is at the table, what they bring in. The person, the earth sign person that you're asking about. The Tower. It's weird because it's almost like the similar energies, where one is so challenged by their fears of doom and gloom, like something um, devastating happening. And perhaps this person, they might be a destructive person, or they bring like imbalance in your life, or they help you to see something that's ungrounded. Maybe even where your fears lie, where your triggers lie. This person could trigger you immensely. Especially if you're someone that, because it's almost like you challenge them to face their fears around structure and stability, and like being a little flexible. You could be a mutable sign, and like this person gets kind of stuck in their own ways. And I feel like, um what this person is, they might trigger you to be like, fuck all that, like just tear this shit down, like get rid of it, it's blocking you. I feel like this person does trigger you sometimes into anger or like frustration, but they're also here to, even in their, like in their own life, they're meant to destroy the false foundations in their life, or the things that they're fearing, like they have to tear those things down. Okay. So what's the purpose or higher meaning of your meeting? Like, what's the purpose of this? Yeah, it's like this castle that keeps someone stuck. This false, it's a prison. It's not really it's not a beautiful castle. It's a prison that someone's in. And I feel like this connection triggers that. So the Sun card is beautiful. It's beautiful when you go into the depths. And I feel like that's what this person really fears. Let's say this bridge does fall. Let's say this ice does crack and then you fall into the water, right? Or this person falls into the water. it's almost like if you allow yourself to face your fears in the depths of what you're feeling or your heart, your emotion, or how love can go, it's going to be beautiful. So the reason for your meeting is like almost like this inner child, like your inner child may come out in some way, could come out in a playful way, could come out in the things that you fear, but like to show the other person that at the bottom here it can be beautiful as well. The sun, you can see the sun from here, the light, it's beautiful. You see how everything works in an abundance with one another, works in a cycle together, works in unification together. All the sea creatures, everything is divinely in place, everything functions beautifully here. So not being afraid to go into the depths of self. So it's like you're meeting with one another. It's like it sheds light. It may shed light on deep inner child wounds, or maybe even reconnecting and recentering back to the inner child. It's meant to revitalize something as well. Um, so you guys were meant, I feel like, to awaken and to revitalize something that was lost in one another, to shed light, to be brave and confident. Okay, so it could be a healing energy around the solar plexus, the Two of Wands. It's like a choice. You gonna come on the other side, or you're gonna stay where you are because you're being called, you're being summoned to go on the other side. I feel like that's what the connection calls someone to do, because there's a block. This indecisiveness, this energy of I don't know if I want to stay where I'm at. Do I want to jump out of my comfort zone or not? This is what's keeping one of you blocked and stuck. Someone could have an earth sign Mars placement, but I feel like heavy Taurus energy. So like it could be a Taurus in Mars, or Mars in Taurus, or whatever, Taurus Mars energy. Um it's a fear of what's going to erupt. This is a block. That fear of seeing what's on the other side. Like you'll never know unless you flow that way. So whoever that energy, I don't know if it's yours or the other party, but it kind of feels like it's the earth sign person. Seven of Cups. Someone is going to have to face their illusions, like their fears, their emotions, like all these different things. It's like someone thinks too deep into things in a way that keeps them stuck. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, what if this happens? And oh, I can see that happen. Like dwelling too much into that caps and limits a person. Let's see. Those dealing with earth signs. Oh shit. Passions and interests, hobbies, sports, favorite pastimes. You could remind this person of like things that they used to do or enjoy as a child. Soulful appreciation, heartfelt gratitude. So yeah, I do feel like this connection is very transformative. Someone compares it to things that money can't buy, and that's where the gratitude comes in. Like you can't. This is a priceless energy, priceless connection. Um, the explorer is at the top of the deck, so someone definitely can travel. Someone may live by the water. Let's see. Put some advice cards for this. Nova. Wow. Okay, so who cares about what other people think? That could be a block. Choosing love and not fear. Choose love over fear. Consider the mistakes you made last time. So there could be like I said, that fear that someone has, like, I don't want to miss out. I don't want to mess up. Change. Yeah, someone could be at a crossroads journey. There are more references here. The wise one. this person could make the right choice, a decision to move where spirit is guiding them to move. They know it's the best thing, you know, whether this ends up being, yeah, this is the main person, the masculine energy. Um, whether it ends up being like a lifelong partnership or not, the importance is like where spirit is guiding them. And I feel like they're going to choose love over fear. I feel like they will, because they know that it's the best thing for them. Yeah, something might happen to this person that kind of, it's like a minor thing, but it's like something might happen to where they see the bigger picture, or you might be there for them when they need it, when they're down or something, and they're going to remember that. Or it could have already happened, like when they were dealing with something and you were there. Okay. All right, so that was the earth pile. So now we're going to move on to the fire pile. For those of you dealing with fire signs. So earth sign energies or connections, if you guys resonated with that, make sure you guys like this video, share it with someone. And also, if you guys would like a personal reading, I am available for personal reads. You guys can always book with me on my website. If you do have any questions about my services, if you don't know which one to get, you guys can always email me or hit me up, and I'll be more than happy to assist you. All right, so let's get into the fire sign connects. We are at 6606. Wow, not 6606. Okay. So those of you dealing with fire sign people, this reading may be for you. All right, so let's get into it. All right, fire signs. I heard, what are you going to learn? Okay, I don't know if that's for you or the person's energy, but like I heard that when you going to learn. Learn to listen. Learn to listen. Pay attention. Someone is curious about the other person. There's someone on your mind. I feel like there's a strong attraction, or this person is like attracted. I do get some weird energy, like don't click out yet because you might need to hear this. I don't know where this is going. I'm just flowing right now. But this person is like, they give off a bad boy vibe. Like I'm seeing like somebody with a black leather jacket with no shirt on. Like, what kind of R&B shit? Like, that's some, like, what? Um, so this could be like one of them type of energies or masculine energies that like kind of full of themselves a little bit, but they're hesitant when it comes to you for some reason. So this could be somebody you're just interested in, that you feel some sort of pull towards, or like someone maybe that you're not in a serious committed relationship. There's something about this person, and like when they first saw you or something, it's like, I don't know why I'm seeing like somebody licking their lips. Somebody licking their lips. Okay. Anyway, let's get into it. What's the energy around this connection with fire sign? Those that are dealing with a fire sign person: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, universe, the rocket, the scientist. Wow. Someone here is very, and you have the city. Someone here is highly spiritually intelligent. Someone could definitely be into science and things like that. Engineering. Someone that could be someone's major: chemistry, astronomy. That could be a field or something that you've studied, or this person has studied. This person likes to experiment a lot. Whoever's masculine energy, I feel like they like to experiment a lot. This could be a air sign person, because it's like the universe, the rocket, the city. I heard Gotham City. Something dark and gloomy about this person has like a kind of a what's the right word I'm looking for? Mysterious vibe to them. Also could be a Scorpio person. Or you could be that. But yeah, I know this is fire, but this is interesting. All right. Who is this person? If they're a masculine energy, who is this person? Professor, the gamer, the chef, the mechanic, the bottom of the deck. All right. You have Professor, the intelligent and wise. He has all the answers but forgets the questions about dinner. That's funny. Yeah, this person could be like nerdy too, like really book smart as well. The gamer, tech savvy, introverted, levels up, nightly pauses for snacks. The chef, passionate and full of flavor. He knows the way to your heart is through your stomach. Ooh. Okay, they know how to cook. Okay, some of them they know how to cook. The vibe that I get from this, with the exception of the chef, these energies kind of give self-absorbed a little bit. Someone maybe that's not fully ready to commit their time to someone. Me meaning, or maybe reason being, is that this person is engulfed in school. If they're not a professor, literally, they're definitely caught up in school or learning certain things, or just occupied with a lot. And then the mechanic card is at the bottom. It says hands on handy. Can fix your car, but his plans are always up in the air. Yeah, it's very unreliable energy. But like when they want what they want, they know how to put some shit together now. You know, whether that's literally cooking. Let's see, feminine energies. If you are dealing with the feminine, or you are the feminine, let's see what the feminine energy is of this pile. Okay, the escapist, the alchemist, the dawn, and the survivor, with the dancer at the bottom of the deck. So one of you guys could be dancers. If you are feminine, um some of you guys could be Native American. Okay. Maybe from the islands as well. You guys might like to escape to a safe space. If you are feminine, this feminine energy knows how to, they don't stay stuck for long. They know how to shift, they know how to rise to the occasion, they know how to get unstuck. They've been through a lot. They're very strong, very powerful in their energy and who they are, the feminine energies. Okay. All right, so that was a feminine and masculine of who they are. So it might be you in there, your energy, or person you're asking about's energy up in there. Okay. All right. So let's get to the root of the reading. So, viewer, what are you currently bringing to this connection? What is it that you contribute to this connection? What's the energy? This person, I feel like, is the type that, like, they want to know what your ticks are. This is somebody that is very intrigued by the human mind. They could be into psychology. Again, this person could be an air sign too, or have elements of air in their charts. So I feel like this person, again, like they want to know like the inside in and out of who you are, like who you are as a person. I'm not gonna lie, this person has a tendency to be very manipulative, because that experimental thing, like being intrigued by different types of people's energies, minds, and what makes them tick, and how can they do this, and how it's like it can be someone that has a sick mind that can operate this way. But if not, this can also be a good thing of like wanting to learn someone better if they use that energy for good. That's just the interesting part. So what is it that you bring, viewer? What do you bring to this connection? What does your energy bring to this connection? Because I'm getting a lot about this person and not so much about like the connection itself. But you have the Three of Swords. I feel like what you bring to this connection could very well be I'm gonna be honest. It kind of feels like an energy of trauma bond or a tendency to that, because it's like maybe you're an open book or a very open-hearted person, like you don't shy away from sharing your experiences and things like that, to where you might give away too much of yourself or share too much. And with this type of person, they do give, again, like that vibe of, I want to know what makes people tick, what makes people people. You know, this human's an interesting study. What are they about? What's their past like? What do they struggle with? What's their, their fears? They want to know this. And like I said, it could be someone that just has the brain because they care, and they really want to like learn and understand a person from a loving place, or again, it's from a manipulative place. So I feel like what you bring is like this energy of pain or sorrow or past traumas, things that you've been through, um maybe even seeking solace or comfort or security or safety within a person. And with this person, let's see, what do they bring to ooh, hella cards try to fly out, a lot of cards. Yeah, this is kind of heavy. Some of the energies. You got the Nine of Swords, the Four of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Death card, the Ten of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. This is like a push and pull type of connection. Um, this person does come with their own sets of issues and traumas and things like that. This person could have a drinking problem. This person may tell you about things that they struggle with, that they feared, nightmares, traumas, things like that. And then you guys are like, it's this bond together. We feel close together. It's like a honeymoon energy, but it's laced in some need to heal. So the Death card, I feel like what this person also brings to the connection is there is some parts or qualities of each other that do need rescuing, that do need clearing and healing. And so I feel like your divine team kind of knows what they're doing, because one of you has the ability to be a healer or safe space for others. It's just like you have to understand this connection could be, this person could be an assignment, not a lifelong partner. This almost feels like, sorry, I'm shaking the table because I'm channeling. It's almost like this energy, like, yeah, you're meant to be in each other's life. Yeah, you're meant to help this person or maybe help each other in some kind of way, but do not fall in love or do not get romantically caught up, because this feels like a little bit of a pattern. Um, this person is very well a part of your soul tribe. I feel like this person also seeks their tribe. They seek that. They want their tribe. And so do you. I feel like you are also, just what I'm getting, I'm just being honest. This is no shade. If this is meant to help someone break free of something, then good, right? Um, but I do get a vibe of this energy. It does give you like this person's attention. And you don't want to give too much of yourself. Like, you'll give what you feel safe enough to share. So at times though, you might feel like, I'm sharing, what bothers me, what has hurt me, who has hurt me, who did X, Y, and Z. And it might come off like it's intimacy, but it's not. It's trauma bonding, because there's a part of you that is emotionally unavailable. Okay. There's a part of you that is not really ready or feels safe to give yet. Okay. You almost want someone to come to you, and it's like you might use your beauty. I have to call this shit out. I hope this breaks something free off somebody. Break whatever this is off of you. But it's almost like you use your beauty as a means to attract. Like, again, I don't feel like you have a hard time attracting anybody. I feel like you're an attractive person. And you can have who you want, you know. especially if you put your energy in the right position or spot. Like, you're going to be seen, you're going to be noticed. And sometimes it may feel like you don't have to do much. But there is a propping yourself or positioning yourself in a way to attract and lure in without the intentions of really opening up yourself. Because I feel like, and this could even be like a sneaky thing, like you might not even know this like in the depth, but if you sit with it, it's like, oh shit. Yeah. But this energy is like, this is a block. I haven't even gotten into what the block is. And this person could be a sucker, for this type of energy too, like, because there's a part of them, they want family, they want soul tribe, they want connection, but this person, it's like they are not in a healthy, they want to be rescued. So they're drawn to people that they also feel like want, it's trauma bond, basically. It's trauma bonding. Okay, let's see. What's the purpose of this connection with this fire energy, fire sign energy? Six of Cups. This is a soul tribe connection. The purpose of your meeting, I feel like, is spirit actually wants you both to be lighthearted, you know, instead of going into the darkness of each other. And I feel like it's natural to process heavy things with people that you care about, right? But it's like, okay, well, how can we find the light? How can we shift this energy, turn it around, and find joy now? We live through those experiences. Yes, they happen, but how can we be happier outside of these things? Or um we don't live in that. We're not looking for anybody to rescue us. Let's It's kind of like be in this childlike flow and openness and receptivity, because you both, I feel like, have an actual good potential, if not to be romantic partners and be friends in a romantic sense as well, then most definitely like be supportive friends of one another. Those connections that sometimes you find like it might not be really about love and romance. Like y'all might be better off as friends and you actually have a really dope friendship. It could be one of those situations. Um, or it could very well be like a soulmate partnership, like where you guys have friendship and you feel community and connection with each other. Yeah. So King of Wands and Queen of Cups. So this could be a fire sign masculine that you're asking about, and you could be a water sign feminine, or it's like you do have a soft spot. It is okay to have that soft spot. This person, they have a very good smell. They can sense when people are desperate. They can sense when people are trying to get their attention, neediness, insecurity. They sense that. They can sense when someone's very vulnerable. And vulnerability and a loving heart is not a weakness. I feel like to the wrong person, it is like a shark that smells blood. And this person has that capacity to be kind of um, a predator with against women or feminine energies that are heart censored or may not know their worth. So whether you met this person at a time where you were really open to love and you have the capacity to love people very deeply in spite of their traumas, in spite of their red flags, or at a time maybe where you were working through your self-esteem, or maybe you really wanted love really bad. This person can sense certain things off people. They do have a predatory nature. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be honest. Six of Swords and the High Priestess. Spirit wants you to know what you're navigating through, because I feel like you've dealt with something like this in the past. I don't feel like this is someone that is meant to be on your, to be your person or your one. You guys got a lot of cards coming out. Ten of Pentacles. You guys are loved. That is something that Spirit really wants you to know, that you have a community of people that love you in your life, and those that have passed on. You are provided for, you're taken care of. You don't need this person. I don't necessarily really like this person's energy. I'm gonna be all the way 100 with you. I don't like it at all. From the jump, when I tapped in, I didn't like it. Let's see. What's the advice when it comes to this connection with this fire sign person in question for this collective? Okay. Yeah, so you're being guided. This person most definitely could be a past life connection, a karmic lesson for you. You got angels of the seven chakras, power, truth, and connection. There's some healing. There's some energetic blockages, and I feel like the more you sort through these things, the more you like tap in, the more clarity and truth you're gonna have. You're gonna see this person for who they are. And it might not be like a completely like, oh, they're such a terrible person type of revelation, but you're not the person for me type of revelation. What type of connection this is, how it serves its purpose, or maybe how it has served its purpose. This person's actually a block. False person. See, y'all. And what the fuck is that around him? A shark. Huh. Mm. Courthouse child. This is a karmic contract, and I want y'all to be very careful about sleeping with this person. Hey, greetings. I want you to be very careful because this could end up being stuck with somebody that you don't want to be stuck with. Okay, so just be mindful of that. Okay, some of you guys may have already had a child with this person. This is not your person. They're not the one. And I can say that with my whole chest. Based off of this energy is confirming what I was picking up. This is not your person. Okay. This is a karmic connection. I would utilize the energy of Libra season to cut any cords and any soul ties, any contract with someone that you may have said yes to with your heart, or giving your energy into thinking that this was your one. Take your energy back. Take your power back. This is not your person. They're wearing a mask. This person, from the jump, the vision I was getting before I even pulled the cards, I seen that licking the lips, watching from the side. You know, this person had an agenda, or I don't like this energy. What's the advice? Mm, mm. It's time to free yourself of this. Okay, never start a fight you can't win. When you like, I feel like this person's a lesson. And kind of maybe a similar lesson to other connections, like to trust your intuition off top. If you feel something is off about a person, most likely it is. If this person has exhibited or shown you that they are not reliable, trust yourself. That this is not something to continue like, oh, well, I'm gonna give it a shot. Let me see about it. Okay. Because either you're gonna grow in this connection or you're gonna shrink. So if you're shrinking, this is not a divine connection. It's not a healthy connection. This person is not a lover type. As a friend, I would say that they might be more safer. As an acquaintance or a friend, you might laugh at it later and be like, oh my God, that's like my homeboy. That's like my brother and my sis. Like, it's not that. So there's something about the rules. There's something that needs to adjust here. Like not sticking to the same script. Yeah. So the fire sign energy that you're tapping into, whether they're a sun, moon, a rising fire sign, a Venus, whatever, this person, no. Hell to the no. Okay. The meeting is meant to heal something within the inner child, to free the self of like its trauma, and not to dabble back into that dark place and the trauma bonding. Like spirit wants you to break that cycle of maybe trying to fix people or hoping that they will fix certain parts of you as well. Like that's the trap. You got to free yourself of that. Yeah, I don't like this person's energy, like on a romantic level. No, like, I'm not feeling it. It's very sneaky. Okay, so that was a fire sign. So now we're gonna get into air, and then lastly, ether. So if you're just joining in, I'm tapping into the elements of like the people that you're dealing with. Ether represents, for those of you that don't have a person, no love interest, anyone in mind, but you know that you have a person. You may even connect in the spirit realm with the essence of your person. You just haven't met them. You don't know who they are yet in the physical and all that. That's what the ether represents. And even if you've watched the signs, you might still be guided to watch that, and that's most definitely fine, perfectly fine. Okay. All right, let's get into the air. We going up high. We're going high, y'all. We are at 90 minutes. I think that's 1 hour and 30. Okay. All right. So for those of you that are dealing with air sign placements, whether that's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or a placement doesn't have to be suns, it could be moons, it could be risings, Venus signs, what have you. Okay. Before I get into the cards, let's tap in. You guys are closer to divine union than more so than you think, whether it be with this person or someone else, because some of you, this person or energy is a entry point. They may not be the one. I feel like, okay, I'm hearing and I'm seeing a vision, I'm hearing at the same time. I'm seeing a gate. It looks like what they would say heaven's gate, but all I see is clouds. It's a gate and it's in the heavens, and I just see clouds. And then I hear Stairway to Heaven by the OJs. This connection, like I said, I feel for some of you, this may not be your person. For, I can't say for everyone, for all, but for a lot of you, I definitely feel like this person is leading you to your person. You're very close to the one. There's something about tapping into higher consciousness, or this connection kind of leads you to that, into higher consciousness. When it comes to unions and when it comes to love, you may feel more inclined to reach out to the divine when it comes to the concerns and the matters of your heart or love. If you were someone that just dated blindly in the past, you didn't discern or check in, like, is this the right connection? Should I even go out on a date with this person? It doesn't have to be like, is this my husband? Is this my wife? But more so like, should I even be going out on a date? Should I even entertain this person? Should I even give them my fucking phone number? That, you know, let alone is this the person, right? I feel like you're in a space where you have been, if you're actively dating, you ask spirit and you check in before you go out with people, or before you give your number, or you don't rush. There's something about not rushing. You guys have grown immensely in your dating life. Some of you guys, this person, there's a shadow side to this, where some of you guys are very blindly like walking into things and situations, and this person sometimes I feel like makes you feel clouded in your judgment, like you're not, there's a lot of confusion for some of you as well. What is this energy, spirit? uh I'm telling you, like, my intuition be on point. I'm telling you, like, spirit don't miss that gateway. I'm telling you, like, if they are not the one, they're leading you. Um, there is a need to be careful for some of you. This isn't me fear mongering. This is just use your discernment message. Okay. There's a lot of questions that you don't have the answers to yet, and that's fine. I don't feel like that speaks of anything wrong or being blocked. Like, there's some things that you're not meant to see. Music, because air element deals with music and deals with technology, social media, there could be a lot of that. Um, Spirit does not want you to move from old programming. You got to progress past that. It's like there's something about this connection that takes you off of your feet, out of the okay, this is what I'm getting. So the groundedness is like spirit is saying, like, don't be too caught up in like being too practical all the time. Like, this connection could pull you in realms to trust spirit more, to know how to navigate in the spirit realm. So like music could be a trigger, a messages for you, visions, dreams, like the higher realms and the elements. Could even be social media, signs and synchronicities. You got to be discerning, because just as equally as um you can be too practical, you can be too much in the air, and to the point where you're not seeing things clearly, might be a bit of delusion. So you have to have balance here. Okay, you have to have balance. Let's see if you're dealing with a masculine energy. Let's see where who they are, so you like kind of get an idea or sense this is on point for you. Some of these characteristics may resonate, some of them may not. Who's this person? The travel blogger, the politician, the firefighter, with the social media influencer. Yeah, social media. This person, I'm getting Gemini, strongest, but that doesn't mean that the other zodiacs can be there. Libra energy too. Like if you're asking about a Libra masculine or a Gemini, I feel, yeah. Some of you guys, you might also connect with someone that has fire in one of their big three. Like air is one of their big three, and fire is one of their big three. So you have the travel blogger. This person could travel a lot. Definitely connected to social media. You see that laptop, like I was saying, the realm of air, social media, music, um, technology. Gemini definitely, yeah, Gemini rules Mercury. So that makes sense. So some of you guys, this could be Gemini energy for a lot. Because I was picking up specific elements like strong, more stronger than the others, and some of the other elements. Same thing happening here, but that doesn't mean that it just discounts all the other air. But it says always on the move and full of surprises. His next stop, who knows, but it's not here. So they may move around a lot, or they never stay in one place, so they're always traveling. That could be a sign of who this is. The politician card, it says charismatic and persuasive, promises everything, delivers. Well, that's confidential. This gives Gemini energy. It does. But yeah, this person could maybe be into politics. They may not be a politician specifically, but they are someone that is a public speaker, or they're good with their words. Again, more Mercury energy, Gemini energy. The firefighter, brave and strong. He knows how to handle the heat. Can you? Um, this is like someone that I feel like is going to challenge you for sure. They're very unpredictable, and it's not on purpose. In some kind of way, I don't know how to explain this. This fucking energy for sure. Like the social media influencer, trendy and popular, lives for likes, struggles with love. Interesting. Now we getting into something. We getting on something. Okay. Um, let's tap into the feminine energy. So this is a clue if you're asking about a feminine or you are the feminine. Let's see. Feminine energies of the air pile. I heard erotic. The shaman. The higher self. So very spiritual, you guys. Yeah. See, you guys, I feel if you are the feminine or you're asking about feminine energy, this could be, and then you have the angel. This could be one of those connections where you wouldn't be able to connect unless you have the type of spiritual maturity level to tap into this, because there's a lot of energy that's very how do I explain this? It's very abstract energy. Almost like, I want to say ambiguous is the word that's coming to me, but you do have to have a level of spiritual discernment to deal with this type of connection, because I feel like there's things. Ambiguous is definitely the word I'm getting. You might be someone that people can't really put into a box or figure you out either. You're in tune with your highest self. You're in tune with God's spirit. You're in tune with your gifts, your traditions, things like that. And I feel like you know that you have the power to wield and call in your divine counterpart. You're wondering, who is this person to me? Because anybody that stands out to me, there's always something significant about them. That's the vibe that I'm getting as a feminine energy, that I'm picking up on. That's what I get. Like, you know, when you're encountering someone significant, even if they don't end up being your lifelong partner, you're never wrong about connections in some kind of way. This person, though, this connection, the best words I can describe it is ambiguous. All right, so let's see what's the energy of the connection. What do you bring to this connection, viewer? What do you bring to this connection? Okay. What do you bring to this connection? Four of Cups. I'm getting two cards. Four of Cups and Three of Wands. What you bring to this connection, I feel like you meet people when they're going through dark nights of the soul, when they're at rock bottom. You could have felt called. It's almost like the card Angel came out. Let me pull it up again. Where does it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? This card. It's like people summon you. They call you. And you don't even know, or they may not even, you know what I mean? Like, let's say, for instance, this person's like, I feel so lonely. I wish I just had somebody that understood what I was going through. And then they meet you, and then y'all have this conversation, and you talking about some shit that they need to hear, that they need to know. You're right on time. That's the energy. If you are the feminine, at least, that's the vibe that I'm getting. So that could have happened. That could have been the energy. um it's like you're able to locate, you're able to see the Three of Wands. You're able to locate, you're able to, it's like you're right on time. Let's see, what does this person bring to the table in this connection? The person in question. This person could be a friend of yours, or someone that wants to invite you, because I'm hearing the Beauty and the Beast be our guest. Let's see. Yeah. Push and pull energy. They call you in, they invite you, they want to connect, y'all vibe. If you do, this person is pushing you away. This person could also feel intimidated by options that you have, or what they think you might have if you're a feminine, or it could go both, it could go the opposite way as well. um I feel like your spiritual team protects you from this person sometimes. Like, um some of you guys have a lot of suitors, or a lot of people that want you or interested in you. I don't feel like this person's scared. I don't get that. But I feel like what they bring to this table, sometimes it is this push and pull vibe, or like, this person, I don't feel like they don't fully let you go. Like, okay, because I feel like you and this person have had some sort of romantic exchange, or you guys like each other. Like, that's not, I feel like it shouldn't be any confusion around that. I feel like it's pretty clear that, and you guys might be from two different worlds. Okay. um Emotionally, if you are a water sign feminine dealing with an air sign masculine energy, this definitely could be for you. Because I feel, and it maybe even fire too. I'm getting like air and fire, or air and water energy dynamics. for sure. Um, where the feminine energy is like willing to go there, wanting to open up, wanting to go deep, emotionally open, and then masculine's like, I want to connect with you, but I'm gonna still say safe. But it's like they're going to fight. They're not going to be intimidated by um other suitors, other energies. Like they're not going to run. Some of them feel like they can't cross you because there's some realm of protection or energy around you that this person can sense. Okay, let's see. Ace of Swords. Feel like the block is that someone feels like they don't have the proper clarity, and it could be the feminine, like they're burdened by the lack of clarity, that they feel like they're seeking something and they're not getting it. Yeah, it's like I'm not getting the clarity that I seek or that I want. It's something that's blocked or kept from me, and I don't understand why. Um, it's like it might be a specific question that you feel like you need answered, like straightforward. Because again, if you were that energy that I was channeling in the beginning, where you approach love from a perspective of what is the purpose of this person in my life? Should I even give them my phone number? Should I go out on a date with them? Should I even sleep with them? Should I do this? Should I do that? It's like, show me what their purpose is. Like there's a consulting of the spirit before you even get involved with people. And I feel like you're not getting some sort of answer, or what you feel should be answered, or maybe in the way in which it should be answered. You feel like you're not getting it. And that's a block in a sense, because it either blocks the flow, or it's like spirit saying it's an unnecessary burden that you carry that's preventing you from getting the clarity that you're actually seeking or asking. Okay, let's see. What's the purpose of this meeting? What's the purpose? What's the purpose? These cards flipped up. Eight of Swords, Page of Wands. This has something to do with freeing yourself of these limitations you have, maybe confronting fears, or this person as well. Like the things that keep you bound and stuck mentally, keep you from seeing. It's like your inner child's, your power, your creativity. It's like you guys are meant to inspire each other to create, inspire each other to, it's like pure creation. It may not be like a specific thing. Again, it's like this connection is meant to be open minded in a sense, not linear or stuck and put in a specific type of box. Again, this connection, I feel like if I can describe the chakra of this connection, the chakra is between the throat and the third eye. And like, if it's not the one that leads to the full connectedness of source God, then it's pretty close to it. Pretty close. Because they're not, I mean, even with that, it's not even telling me um what this connection really is. Like, or what's the purpose of you meeting. It will say it's very clear on that, the purpose of this meeting. But like, as far as like what the energy, I can't tell you. Like, honestly, I couldn't tell you. Let's see. For the collective divine source, for those dealing with air sign energies, creation. Wow. Wow. Look, y'all. Come on now. Can we come on? What did I just say? Pure creation, okay? Soul expression, something new. It's supposed to spark some things in you, like pure creation in self, and conscious steps, considered action, looking forward. Just talk about that. That is the energy. I feel like spirit is, this is wanting you to align in that sense. And then look at this, all this water energy. Archangel Faniel with optimism and hope. This is meant to, I was trying to say submit and meant, that's crazy. This energy is meant to submit something within you, within yourself, your higher self. It's very limitless and open. This connection is meant to inspire a hope in you that you're very close. Your ships are about to come in. You're very close to it. Some of you guys may be called to the water. You might need to do like a spiritual cleanse with the water or take a spiritual bath. Definitely make sure that you're staying hydrated and drinking your water. This blue dress may be symbolic. There's two blue dresses, gowns here. I feel like it does represent like Yemoya for those of you that resonate with Yemoya's energy. It could also, for some of you, be symbolic of like what type of attire you want to like get married in, a theme. Okay. Let's see what else. Courthouse. This card keeps coming out. There is some sort of like spiritual contract meeting. Like you guys were meant to meet. Yeah. You were definitely meant to meet and cross paths. You're meant to help pull this person out of their heart chakra because they might have gone through something. This person could have like battled with some sort of sickness or something, or they were going through a very dark period. I feel like you're meant to help bring this person to their heart chakra, where they're meant to help you meet the higher self, the physical, like you meeting your higher self, going to the higher realms, connecting with Source God in a way that you haven't before ever. Success and love. This could be a connection that could lead to a union. If I'm not mistaken, seahorses do mate for life, I think. Not 100% sure. You might want to look up like the significance of seahorses in romance or love, partnership. That could be significant for you. I still feel like this split between like this person and you may not be the one for each other, but leading to the one. That's for some of you. Because it's almost like spirit does not want to tell. I don't know why. Like, sometimes the best action is inaction. So if any of you guys feel like, I need to do something, why isn't this happening? Not right now. Okay. Maybe, yeah, would change your mind. There might be something in the mindset that needs to change within one of you or both of you before any steps or anything can be taken. One more. Organization is key to success in all. Yeah, something is not in alignment. And then at the bottom, a goal without a plan is just a wish. So again, it's like there's a need for patience, okay, to get the clarity. Some of you guys, it's not time. It's just not divine alignment yet for some things. But this is so crazy. Like it's the best way that I could gather the guidance, information. So I hope that, you know, it resonates. Okay. So if it did, if this reading resonated with you, go ahead and show some love. Like this video. Greatly appreciate that. You can share this video with someone you feel like it may also resonate with and bless. And if you guys would like to book with me, I am available for personal reads. All you got to do is check out my website. And then if there's something that you need clarification on, you're not sure what reading fits you, your situation, don't be shy. Feel free to reach out to me and I would gladly assist you. Okay. All right. So last but not least is the ether pile. All right. Let's get a timestamp for the ether pile. We are at 113 or 114. So I gotta convert that later. All right. So ether pile. So this pile is for those of you that may not have a specific person in mind or that you're dating or interested in. You're just, you know, solo dolo, but you feel like you have a person. You may even have dreams about a person that you can't see or that you never met, or you just know within your spirit, like spirit has shown you some things spiritually, or you've been getting downloads, or other gifted people have been giving you downloads and insights into your person or who they might be. So, yeah, so this definitely could be for you. If you resonate with that, you may have watched the other piles because you may have someone already in mind, but just to get a good, you know, gauge or insight into, who your person could potentially be, we'll tap in. Okay. So this is the ether pile. This is something that's still in the spirit realm. It's not set in stone, or maybe it is, it may be set in stone already, but it just hasn't fully developed in the physical realm, if that makes sense. Okay. But yeah, let's go ahead and tap in and see what spirit is saying. Because I did mention, I feel like some of you guys, you dream of your person. Um, there may not be a face to the person. You may not see them like in their fullest form, or you feel like maybe sometimes there's a presence next to you and you might get scared, like, I don't know if I'm tripping, or is this a malevolent spirit, or maybe this is just like an ancestor or a spirit guide or angel, and you may not conclude that it's your person, if that makes sense. So, um, hmm, yeah, I feel like some of you guys see a lot of sevens and a lot of ones. To pay attention. Um, some of you guys, you already know, like, okay, yeah, that sounds about right. That resonates. Yeah, if you feel too, this is another thing. Like, if you feel like your person is near and close, they are. And I would say, like, just because you may not be seeing or feeling anybody around you yet, or anybody coming towards you, or maybe the dreams or the signs and synchronicities have stopped, that does not mean that it's not happening. It's just not yet. It's not the time yet. But that doesn't mean that it's not moving or that it's not happening, because I do feel like for some of you, it is near, it is close. Yeah, it's like certain things are like, some of you are still clearing out what you need to clear out in certain connections. Um yeah, like certain connections that maybe you're still clearing them out. Oh, thank you, sis. I appreciate that. How are you? Yeah, it's like certain energy, certain connections that um maybe in your past, it could be something as far as like high school or your adolescence, like you may not be talking to these people or anything anymore, but their energy, it's like you're finalizing and clearing and cleansing what you need when it comes to these connections. So these don't have to be active people in your life. It's just, it was what it was, and you're healing that. You're clearing that through the tears, through maybe even the anger that arises, or the nostalgia, the memories, the confusion. Like, there's a purging that's happening. um some of you guys are being more intentional about your dating decisions and choices. Even if you're currently dating someone or dating others or multiple, it's like there's a, it's almost like not sporadic, what's the right word, I feel like it's like it's not consistent. It's like it's scattered over a period of time. Like, maybe you're used to dating a lot of people at once, or you drop one, you get on the app, you meet another person or two or three, whatever. But now it's just like, it might be intentional. Like, if I come across someone, or we come across each other and we vibe and we connect, we get to know each other. And then you might go months without talking to anyone after, right? So spirit saying like that's normal. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, that's that intentionality. Now, if you're completely single and there's not a lot going on, um you might be wondering why. Like if you're not in actively in the way or blocking, like you're open to date and things like that, you're open to getting to know people and stuff like that, but it's not happening, it's because again, it's not time and it's nothing that you're doing wrong. Um I feel like some of you, if you haven't felt this already, you will start to feel like your person is with you in some way, or that you will suddenly feel like something in your life, like something's about to happen, and you might not put two and two that it has anything to do with like love or meeting someone, but it just feels like something in your life is moving and changing. Some of you guys are needing to come out of a period of isolation. Um, you'll know. I do feel like a lot of holiday hookups, and holiday hookups, what I mean by that is like you might be, I'm seeing like cute dates and stuff. I can't tell you or say that you're going to meet your person in these encounters, but these are open, like some of you guys, yeah, these are like open entry points to opening up yourself again, or letting that energy start to flow in. Again, intentionality. Not every person is someone that's worth your time and energy. Like trust yourself, trust your intuition, but make sure you're not getting in your way due to fear or insecurity. But I do see like holiday dates and stuff, like going to like little cute, like I don't know, ice skating, pumpkin patches and shit like that. Like I'm seeing things like this. Um some of you guys, you might be getting closer to a person that you're already dating, and they might invite you to like a family dinner, or you guys might go on a like a day trip or a 2-day trip somewhere where it's cold, because I'm seeing like fireplaces, I'm seeing like big jackets and stuff. Like that's what I'm seeing in my mind. um hmm. There's a word coming to me, and I've never, I don't know if this is an actual thing, but I'm hearing Penciltown or Tinsel. I think Tinseltown is like an old name for Hollywood, but I don't know what that has to do with anything. It's like some little place or something that might be popular during the holidays, like festive. I'm getting someone is going to get proposed to during the holidays. If it's not this holiday as I'm recording, because we're in fall right now. If it's not 2025 holiday season, then it's at some point in holiday season, someone's going to propose. Some of you guys, it might be the first time that you tell each other you love each other. Like it's something with like holiday outing. But I feel like it's kind of time sensitive because of the time that we're in. Like I'm recording it in fall. I feel like it's not everybody's gonna experience this at this time, but I feel like it's a message for at least somebody. Um some of you guys fear about being love bombed, specifically like around this time of year, like because cuffing season, people just wanting, like, you know how it is, like they say, like people trying to be booed up during the holidays, but as soon as the summer spring come, they trying to, like, break it off so they can have fun, go be outside. So this could be a fear that some of you guys have. Spirit is saying do not get attached to people that you're interested in until you reach a certain point, and it's going to take time. Spirit saying you'll know because it's going to take time. It's a natural thing. And I feel I'm getting this vibe that you may have met someone in the past and like life just happens and you guys could never hook up. Like what I mean by hook up is like go out on a date or get together. It's like sporadic phone calls, but life is just happening. And it's not a string along thing. It's not a ghosting thing. It's just like, okay, two people that may be interested and like each other, but they have other things going on in their life and they're just living their life. But there is a circling and coming back around, like, hey, how you been? Like genuinely catching up with this person, and you build a connection over time. Like I'm not getting like those connections where you meet someone and you go out and all of a sudden like you're seeing each other every day, you're going out every night, every weekend. spending time, coming over to each other's house, having sex, and then now you're in a relationship. That's not getting that. That's the flow for some of y'all. Like that's not how it's gonna go. And in some kind of way, like that is a cycle that a lot of you are going to break, because those type of energies. And I was just saying this earlier about the romantic thing, like love and relationships have to build. A person that you just met, of like if it's a girlfriend or a homeboy, like y'all hit it off immediately and y'all just become real tight too soon, too quick. And now this is my best friend, this is my bestie, this is my sis, this is my bro. And y'all don't really know each other before you really give them that title. You have not built a true intimacy yet. Yes, you can meet people and immediately feel a vibe and a connection. And I felt this with other people, but it takes time for you guys to build. You know, there's friendships and stuff that we have not even gotten to certain, like it took time to even talk on the phone with some of them, or to even meet in person and stuff like that, or go places together. We had to build those bonds. Same thing with love. Sometimes when we like jump too soon into things because we just want it now, we want it fast, that's flesh, that's ego. um Not saying that it has to take years and things like that for you to be with your person, but there's a natural flow to this. There's a natural order to things that I feel like Spirit saying you want to build true levels of intimacy with someone, you know? So there might be some of that. It might be a person that, you guys, something just, just didn't happen. You had to reschedule, or, the conversation, you guys talk, you vibe, but it's like life happened. You got caught up with your own thing. It's not like those like I said, not string alongs or ghosting situations. It's not that. Because it's like friends, like, oh girl, we've been talking for years, but we finally, caught up, and we were, but now we're the coolest, we're the tightest. And it's because you just allowed things to flow and align when it was time. Not trying to rush, you're not in an angst to make something happen. You know what I mean? um and I feel like your effort is not needed in a sense of like you got to go out and hook up with somebody, or you got to go out and look for them. This is going to be an alignment. It's going to be far easier than you think. I ain't even pulled the cards yet, child. It's just going to be a flow. It's going to be a flow. um because I feel like right now, people, women and men as well, that are conscious of themselves and that love themselves, that take their time and they know that they're actively healing from bad relationships, bad dynamics in their upbringing, things like that. They're working through this. They are not pressuring love to happen. And as long as a collective or group of those people that move like that are flowing in that energy, they're going to find what's for them. Because like as long as you out in the streets trying to find love, and like you're going to keep meeting trauma, because there's people they're just moving in their traumas constantly just in and out, dating this person, dating that, and they're running through the same problems because they're not giving themselves time to work through or heal, or they're not moving consciously in their dating decisions. They're just going, oh, I like this person. Oh, I'm vibing with them. Oh, they look good. And then, you get with that person, or you date them, or you give them the time of day. And there's all types of red flags going on, but you just ignore it and you keep repeating that hamster wheel. You just keep repeating that cycle. I feel like for those of you that move with intentionality, as far as spiritual first, inward first, and then outward, you're going to be fine in love and relationships, because you know what it takes to have a real relationship that is not always rainbow and sunshine. It's not always going to be sexy, and it's not always going to be fun. Your person is not always going to be the apple of your eye at every moment, every time. Like, you guys are human. You go through shit. Just like you go through things with your family, or you go through things with your friends. Like, there's moments where you guys have to navigate through certain shifts and things like that. If it's a real bond with two people that are dedicated to growth and dedicated to understanding and loving each other, not just when it's fun, not just when it's sexy, not just when you being who I want you to be. And if that's the case, like, you don't really love that person and you're not really looking for a relationship, you're just looking for something that's going to fulfill you emotionally, make you feel good. And that's not how life works, because even life itself, there's moments where life does not always feel fulfilling, you know? It's not always going to be the rainbows and sunshine. So same thing with love. Real relationships take time to build. They take bonding, real bonding. So let's get into the cards because I didn't even, I'm just over here. Like, forgive me. Let's get into it. Okay. For those that were drawn to the ether, where their connection is not yet touched the physical, they have not met their person possibly yet, may not know who their person is. What's the energy around this group? That's funny. Spirit's funny as fuck. I'm telling you. What's this? I'm curious. Ooh. You guys might. Okay, y'all might have a little date. You know, a little ice cream. You know, some sweet, some hot chocolate. Okay, California was at the bottom. That could be significant. So ethereal, ether connections. Definitely, like I was saying earlier, y'all might be dreaming about your person. Spirit's giving you insights. Some of the symbols might be confusing, or over time they might start to piece themselves together. Um, Pay attention to common themes. Some of you guys, your person is so close. I'm telling you, because I'm looking at this snake right here, and then it's all the way going out this door. Um, and it's the unknown. You don't even know how close it is. Like, you're not supposed to. The snake is symbolic because we are in the year of the snake. At least as I'm recording it, it's 2025, which is the year of the snake. So it could be very time sensitive for some of you, whether you meet them this year or you have already met them this year, or this year is where you walk through that door to meet your person. Like, but it's like in ways that you don't know. Like, you're not gonna know. Like, it's not meant to be something that you can predict, because it's meant to be an alignment and a flow, not your hand controlling it. Not at all. They don't want you controlling it at all. So spirit's gonna give you prophecy in pieces and in ways that they know that you'll do well with it and not be anxious or control the situation. So if some of the things that you're seeking or asking about is because they don't want you to feel tempted to try to like control or even run or try to run towards it or try to put your hand in it or obsess over it. Could happen around spring as well. Your favorite flowers could be lilies, could be sunflowers, or your person, that could be their favorite flower. Your person's cloaked. Your person also knows how to maneuver spiritually. This is not a loudmouth, look at me person. Like, even if they are extroverted, they know how to keep certain parts of them sacred. This person protects their energy. They're an old soul. They're an old soul. They've been here. Like, you know, people say, oh, you've been here before. Like, I don't know if that's like everybody's like culture that says that, but definitely like when you tell children or tell a parent like that baby been here before, that means that it's like something on you that is like you're connected to spirit, you're connected, or you have a certain level of wisdom about you. Um, Certain ways about you, yes, you can tell like, yes, that's a child, but there's qualities of that child. Like, they might say things that's like, what the fuck, like, or do certain things that people are looking at them like profound. How do they know that? You know, this person could be like this. um mm, they could be someone that's very spiritually gifted as well. They might carry a crystal. um it's like they know more than what they let on or something, or they don't want people to know too much about them. It's like for spiritual protection purposes. So if you're asking about a masculine energy that you have yet to meet, just the essence of that, you date men, you know, or this could If you are a man, this could be your energy, but like take only what resonates. Masculine energy in this group. Who are they? In the ether energy, who is this? The architect. Why he like the weekend? The personal trainer. The CEO. Okay, we like that. And we like more. The poker player. Okay. All right. So some of this is archetypes, not necessarily like what they do for a living and stuff, but the architect card, it says thoughtful and precise, great at layouts, bad at laying out emotions. Oh no. Okay. The personal trainer, fit and motivating. He'll push your limits and his reflection time. Not his reflection time. Okay, so this person could be um single. The CEO, powerful and driven, success shines, but does it warm the hearts? Yeah, they're single, and it's like a me energy. Like I'm doing me, I'm focused on me vibe that I get from this masculine, whoever. The poker player, calculated and risky. He plays his cards right, but never shows his hand. That wizard energy. Um, so yeah, I feel like this person is very focused on themselves. They could be focusing on their future, what they're building. This person definitely likes to take care of themselves. I feel like they're attractive. This gives like this, even though he's probably sweating and shit. I bet you he smell good though. You know, I bet you he smell good still. This is what this gives. Okay. All right. Let's see. Feminine energy of this pile. This could be your energy or your person. Feminine energy. Feminine energy. I'm hearing that song by Carlos Santana, Maria. I think Maria. Yeah. The poet. Ooh, the messenger, the teacher. So good with the voice, good with the words and mess. Yeah. So feminine energy definitely could be a writer, someone that's very good with words and literature, teaching, guiding, leadership vibes for sure. And they do it from the heart. You notice all this green. Getting the goddess Athena from this card right here. I heard Southern blues. Southern blues. I don't know. Someone might listen to blues musicians like from the South. Someone could be from the South. Very wise. Someone could teach like occult or esoteric knowledge, feminine energy. Feeling like Afro Latino energy too, or Latina. So let's get into the spread itself. Because I spent a lot of time on this pile, but I kind of expected that a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. Kind of expected that. So what is it that, as the viewer, even though you haven't met yet, or maybe you're not aware of your person, because there's something about your person being closed. Like you could very well not know them, and you could very well know who they are, but not know that it's them. You know what I'm saying? Like there's something about your person that is closed. So what is it that you bring to this energy right now? Like how are you contributing to this connection? Two of Cups. I feel like you're open to connecting with your person. Your heart is open. Four of Pentacles. You're preserving your energy from someone else or for someone. King of Cups. Yeah. The Sun. Your heart is waiting for the right person. You're not just going to give yourself up to anyone just because. Like that's not what you're doing. That's not where you're at. There's a very um distinctive energy here. Like, I'm open to connecting with my person, and they're in two different realms. If you notice, she's in the ocean and water, and he's in a boat, but they're not separated though. Doesn't matter if he's in a boat and she's in the water, the ocean. They're still connecting. So there's still this, like, your heart is open, regardless of if there is a physical separation. Spiritually, energetically, it's not. Sorry for shaking the table. Um, but with this Four of Pentacles, it's like, I'm waiting on something. I'm doing me. I'm focused on me. Like, I don't got time for anything else. If you're not him, if you're not the one, or her, you're not the one. I'm not giving my heart, or you're not this. If you're not this King of Cups, or I'm not going to be this King of Cups to just anybody. This energy, like, yes, I'll be compassionate and loving towards people. I'll be kind. But that depth of my heart, the sacredness of my heart, and what it really entails, and what's inside of me, I'm not just gonna give that away to anybody. Um, yeah. So the Sun card as well, it's like, you're pretty confident that you're gonna meet your person. I feel like some of you guys have dreamt about your person since you were a child, or you had a distinctive dream about your person. Um, you could have been children in the dream. It could have been someone that you felt like was an imaginary friend. You might have had an imaginary friend, and it could have been your person. I know this sounds fucking weird, but some of you guys, like, you met your person as a child in a dream, or it's like you felt connected to your person even as a child, like their energy, their essence. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. Even though you guys might not know each other or have met in the physical, like, what does this person's essence or energy bring to the table with this connection? The Moon and the World. The Emperor at the bottom of the deck. I feel like this person could inspire you to express yourself, even though you guys are not together. There's something about music, singing, a call, a spiritual calling. This person can feel too, like, if you guys connect and you guys have this conversation, or when you have this conversation, um, about maybe like dreams that you've had, or uh weird encounters that you guys have, um you guys might have something similar that comes up. Like, they might say, I had a dream about someone that held me, that cradled me, that um loved me, or something. Like, it was an energy that was calling to me, and I felt safe in their energy. It's like something, um it's weird. Like, I don't know. I hope this is making sense, but I feel like this person will always encourage you to express yourself. That might be something very distinctive about them in your connection. Okay. There's some sorrow and pain that you guys have had from being there for people, being a light for people, maybe specifically a wounded lover that you had. Um, and this person could come to you now, like in your dreams, or you think about them and it's triggering, but spirit saying, like, face that fear, or face that trauma, that wound head on, so that you're able to transmute this energy. Because there's nothing wrong with showing up and being there for the people that you love, or the people that you have loved, that in the past that you loved and cared about and showed up for. that may have not been able to reciprocate that same energy to you, but that does not mean um that you just give up or that you never love again. So they want you to heal this part of yourself. Like it's not an extension of all hope lost or that you could never show up or be there for someone that you loved. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. 10 of Wands and 3 of Pentacles. They want you to get busy, but not get busy in a sense of where you're taking on too many tasks, you're burdening yourself, but get busy in a way of like do what you love. Get engulfed in what you love, what gives you passion, what gives you life. Um because that's a beautiful distraction, child. You know what I mean? Like, and you're doing it with purpose. And I feel like you have the assistance. You might be connected to the elemental realm. There's some fairies in here helping her plant her flowers or gather her flowers. So you might want to work with the elemental beings, okay, the earth element beings. Call them, ask them to assist you. Yeah, ask them to assist you. Work, I mean, if you feel guided to, but you have divine helpers. It's like start putting in the effort and the work towards the things that give you life. Start watering things that give you joy, or find your way back to something that you enjoy, or find what it is that you find enjoyment in, or what gives you life. If you don't know what that is, yet for you, let's see. Damn. Damn. Okay, no, I'm just like, let's see. Wow. You know what? These same cards in this exact motherfucking order came out in the air element. So there might be something in that for you. If you didn't watch it, if you did, you already know. I feel again like this energy, spirit wants you to be in a place of watering your garden and things that give you joy, your true soul's expression, and continue to walk with those conscious steps in order, and looking ahead and looking forward to life, even if it doesn't seem like anything's happening. Like there's something to look forward in life. And I know sometimes like it can be hard, to find that for some, to find that thing that gives you passion, that gives you life, that you look forward to. But spirit saying it's something that gives you real joy. It's not about what it looks like to anybody else, or how much money you're gonna make, and this and that. It's like what gives you pure joy of creation. It could be something as simple as you starting a garden, or buying a plant and taking care of that one plant. Something, anything, that gives you inspiration and hope. Spirit wants to instill that because, like I said in the last one, the last group, your ship is coming in. It's on the wing. It's like it's there. It's not far from you. It might seem like it, like the distance is going to take some time, but it's coming. It's right there. It's right there. And if you go to the waters, try like meditating with the ocean and really like just being still. I feel like messages will come to you, or you'll start to sense or feel. You'll feel this energy. Yeah, the change, the child, and the funeral. So there's a change happening. There's a birth and there's a death, spiritually speaking, not literal. And there's a gift in this. So it's like you are in look, the marriage is at the bottom of the gift card. Come on now. Come on now. Top of the deck, the house. Changes are happening in your life. You'll start to see blessings coming in. It could be something around the home. It could be your stability. There's blessings. These shifts have to take place because you are making room and making space. That's what's happening for a lot of you. Marriage, if you guys do not subscribe to marriage from a traditional sense or cultural sense or earthly sense, like this is like your own, what your own divine union represents to you and your person. Okay. All right, let's get an advice card and we'll close this entire reading out because I've been on here all night. I don't know how the fuck I did it, but I did. Okay. For the ether pile, divine source, thank you. Oh, hell no. All these. All of these. Okay. This is at the bottom. If you wait until the last minute, it only takes a minute. Choose love, not fear. Keep your plans secret for now, child. Okay? Yes. It's easier to get forgiveness than permission. Wait as long as possible before taking any actions. Take a long shower. Yeah, y'all need some water. Y'all need a spiritual cleanse. It's okay. Spiritual cleanse, healing, intentional shower or bath. And what will your future self think? So you spirit doesn't want you to rush, you know, even if you feel like, oh, I'm this age and I'm this and that, no. Your timing is based off of divine alignment. That's all that matters, right? Alignment just represents the right position, the perfect position of things. Okay. A flow, a order. So you might feel this rush, but it's not like you don't need to rush. Okay. So choose love, okay? Not your fears, okay? If there's certain things that you want to do or certain sensitive things that you're experiencing, keep it to yourself or people that understand. But definitely when it comes to your plans that you have, like build upon those things. They're sacred, pour into them. They're your baby. It's something to keep sacred. You know how some parents don't post their babies' pictures online? Same thing with whatever you're growing, whatever you're cultivating. Um, you want to protect it until you feel that it's safe to share with the world. Okay. Um, yeah, and you got to think about the perspective of everything is either growing or shrinking. So you know when you're in alignment, when you're in the focus of growth and you are growing versus at times where you feel tempted to shrink yourself, or things that would call you to shrink yourself. If it's a path, an environment, a relationship, or a connection, or a thought, or feeling, or anything that would even remotely encourage you to shrink yourself, that's not for you. So I hope that this resonates and was helpful. We gonna end this here. I'll put the timestamps up shortly. But yes, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys um like this video, share it with someone you feel like it may resonate with. Also, if you guys would like to book a reading with me, I am available for personal readings. I do have an abundance of different types of readings that I offer. If you are unsure of what reading is for you or maybe, perfect for your situation, feel free to reach out to me and I'll be more than happy to assist you. I also offer coaching sessions as well, and I have the Siren Codes sessions, whether that be a weekly container or a month container session, which is an intuitive session with readings. And we also tap into a number of things. And you also will get a PDF file with a ritual or spiritual work based off of your energy, your unique situation. It will always be different from the next. It will never be the same each week or with between each person. Also, you'll get a journal prompt or journal prompts for that week, or if you're just doing that 1 month container for the month, you'll get that journal prompt for the month. Affirmations that are specifically tailored for you, and a feedback sheet from me. So you'll get a PDF file of all those things emailed to you, video call or video chat or phone call. It's your choice, your decision. No time limit specifically, just based off of the time that we have together, what you need. and we'll go from there to tap into that. So this is for people that are rebuilding, recalling, reclaiming, returning back to themselves, anchoring themselves in their visibility, self-love, sensuality, their beauty, things like that. We're going to tap into those siren-esque energies. So as always, much love. Y'all be blessed, be safe, take care, and until the next one, peace.